Hello students, this is IXL help video for 7th grade, U.1. Does ordered pair XY satisfy the equation? So we're given a point on a graph and we're asked, does it satisfy this equation? And what this means is that we're going to do what we call plug in. And plugging in means that we recognize that this ordered pair contains an X and a Y, and we plug it into this equation right here. So we substitute 1 for the Y and 1 for the X, and we see if it fits. We see if the math works out, if they're equal to each other. So I'm going to plug in or substitute a 1 for the Y, and then of course this means 7 times X, and then I'm going to substitute a 1 for the X, and then I'm going to do the math on this side. And of course 1 does not equal 7, so my answer is going to be no. This does not satisfy this equation because I don't get two equal numbers on either side of the equals marks. 1 does not equal 7. Okay, so let's plug in our X and Y, or substitute our X and Y. So this again is X and this is Y. I'm going to plug in a 0 for Y and a 2 for X. So then just do the math on the side that has the two numbers. 0 does not equal 4. So again, this does not satisfy that equation. Okay, so I jumped up a level, so we're at a 36 now. Let's look at this next one. Filling in 0 and 0. 0 equals 4 times 0, and that is true. It does equal 4 times 0, so we would answer yes here. See if we can jump another level. I'm thinking it's just going to give us higher numbers, but let's see what happens. Just a little bit different. Okay. 0 for X and 5 for Y. 5 equals negative 3 times 0. 5 does not equal 0. So this would be a no. Okay, this is a good one. The reason is they've got a negative X here, or an opposite of X. So if this one is X and this one is Y, I'm going to plug in 3 for Y. And this says the opposite of X. So the opposite of negative 5 is what I'll plug in here. And then minus 2. All right, now, just bring down your 3. The opposite of negative 5 is 5. So 5 minus 2, that is 3. 3 equals 3, so my answer here would be yes. So be careful if you have a negative before either one of those variables. Okay, let's jump another level. Okay, let's see. Fill in negative 19 for Y, 7 for X. Well, what is 7 minus 26, or 7 plus negative 26? It is negative 19. That would be a yes. I don't know if it'll let me jump again. Yeah, I think it will. Okay, let's see what the challenge zone brings us here. It's just bigger numbers. Okay, so we're going to plug in a negative 10 for Y. And then negative 43, 3 times negative, I don't even need to do the math here. I know this doesn't equal negative 10, so I know I have a no for this one. That one's pretty obvious. All right, so I think we'll stop there. Just remember, this is an X and this is a Y, and you're doing what we call plug in. And what that means is substitute this number for Y and substitute this number for X, and then just do the math and see if they equal each other. If they do equal, the answer is yes. If they don't equal, the answer is no.